So let's jump right into the content. So today I was actually catching up watching one of my good shows that I like to watch. I think it's really cute. The name of the show is called Sistas. And this particular show is what prompted my thought, right? Or the idea or the subject. So here's the deal. It's Sisters on BET, and we're in season 4, episode 21. So if you want to go check it out, you can. But that's where I'm coming from today. It's about these 4 young ladies who are in their 30s, very successful ladies, and they're just living their lives. But it's a really good show. So anyway, that's where my thought prompt. So there's one particular scene in the particular episode 21 in season 4, where Karen comes over to Andy's house. These are friends. Comes over to Andy's house. She's crying and all this stuff and this story, blah blah blah, and Kiki. She's out there. She's crying. Now, by the way, if you don't know, she's pregnant by her ex, supposedly, right? So anyway, she had just left her ex's house, Zach, and Zach is with a whole nother woman named Fatima. Fatima is a friend and a assistant of Andy's. I hope you understood that, right? It's a whole thing, right? And so she left, and I guess she was kind of like confronting Zach. I don't know. She's been torn and struggling with this thing. She don't really want to let Zach go, right? So she went over there, and it seemed like it was a bit embarrassing for her. I was embarrassed for her, okay? But anyway, because Fatima was there, and they were outside of Jack's big new house. So all that was a whole thing. But anyway, moving forward, she was crying and telling Andy about it. And Andy was trying to console her as usual, being a friend. And then Karen tells Andy, "You're never there for me. You're not here for me. I was here first." She's going on and on and on. Because she says, "You're always taking up for Fatima." And Andy's like, "And I'm not trying to. I'm trying to be here for you. I am your friend, And so they both get all in their feelings. They're both crying, and all these emotions are going everywhere. I'm like, whew, whole thing, right? It happens. The next thing you know, they stop, and Karen looks around and realizes, Andy, what's going on here? And all Andy's stuff is packed. So now I got to give you a little backdrop on why all our stuff is packed. Right now, Andy is currently living in a penthouse that was purchased by her ex-boyfriend. And that's what I said. He purchased it while being an ex-boyfriend for her. And so she was getting ready to move back to her old apartment, which was a nice apartment too. But she was preparing to move back and move out of the penthouse. And honestly, I don't know why she thought that was going to work. But moving on. Okay, I won't stay there. Okay, it's supposed to be short. Anyway, he'd been watching her through the window, right? He bought her a penthouse, and his office was right across from the penthouse. Isn't that great? Like, that's crazy. So he'd been watching her through a telescope the entire time she'd be sitting in that apartment. And she was being grown. I'm not going to get into all the details, but she was being grown in her new place and not with him. It's a whole thing. Like, I'm just like, okay, y'all. All right. So, let's get past that because I don't want to stay that long. You probably have to go watch that episode to get watch the show actually, to get all those details. And if you want me to do a review on this show, let me know. I'll be happy to. If you're interested. But anyway, moving on past that. So back to the scene. All right, now that you kind of know what's going on, they're crying, and then Andy asked, after Karen realizes Andy's stuff is all laid out and it looks like she's moving, Andy asked Karen, "Well, can I stay with you?" And she said, and Karen responds, "You've been there before." And that's exactly how Karen talks, so don't mess with me. You've been there before. That's what Karen says. And then Andy says, okay, she says, "Are you still mad at me?" And Karen says, "Yes, I'm still mad at you." But then Karen turns to Andy and says, but I need you. And then Andy says, I need you too. And which was so precious. So basically, you know, and they go, we're going to get cleaned up and let's get out of here. That's what they basically said. And that's how that scene ends. Well, the reason that scene was so great and so outstanding, or I thought it was so awesome, was because it shows how they cried. They expressed how they felt. One said she felt like the other wasn't there for her, and this and then the third. And you know what I mean? Like they were like giving it, and all these things were happening, all these emotions, but then they turned right back around, and she was there for her. Like, let's go. And that says so much. That little scene says a whole lot. It just says how close they are. It says how much of a bond they have. It shows how they're really there for each other, right? So do you have someone, or you know, or are you someone who's close to another friend, girl, that you're down like that with? That was so awesome. It just shows that they're down like 4 flat tires. I thought that was so cool. And not only that, you know, people come in your lives and they come in there, you know, for different reasons and different seasons. Some come in your life for a short period of time, and maybe a year or so, and then they're gone. And it's fine. They was there for a reason and a season. Then there's those friends, and it's most of the time it's very few. Maybe most of the time it's a handful. They come in your life, and they're going to be there, and they're going to rock with you until the end. And those are the friends that I'm talking about. Those are the sisters that I'm talking about that's with you to the end. And that's what I think that this represented. And it just kind of sparked something, a question, a thought in me to ask: Are you my sister's keeper? Are you my sister's keeper? Right? Now I know they used it a little bit different, but I'm using it the way I'm using it today. So okay. But you know, I just think that's a blessing. And just a question: do you have a friend? Do you have a comrade? Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a bestie? You know what I mean? Someone you can confide in and then be mad at, but yet if something goes down, they're going to be there. Do you have that friend that doesn't mind rolling up and taking the earrings off for you, and you kicking her heels off, right? You know what I mean? Don't mind putting on some Vaseline in the lips for you. You have that friend that'll show up at a blink of an eye. Everybody got at least one, and that'll come out the bushes for you. I'm laughing because I have one friend, not more than one, but one in particular actually, she just don't mind, right? She don't mind showing up and showing out, okay? So we try to keep her, you know, cool. But anyway, that's what I thought. So my thing is, do you have just the thought? And my thing is, if you do have a friend like that, that's that close and that can be there for you, it can even be in your family. It could be a sister, actual blood sister. But if you have, or even your mom, but if you have that type of person around you, then you are blessed. And my suggestion, or maybe if you have a journal, maybe they should be part of your gratitude, or you could add that to your, you know, gratitude list, because it is something to be grateful for. But anyway, I'm kind of rambling on, but I just wanted to touch base on that. I just thought it was really good. It sparked a thought about sisterhood and being there for each other. So anyway, I'm going to stop because I'm rambling, but it's a really good show, by the way. I didn't even mean to promote the show, so, you know, if y'all hear Tyler, let him know I'm promoting the show, but Tyler Perry. But I am, because it's a good show. But anyway, moving forward, or getting past that, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. I'm rambling. Remember, you can't control anyone else. All you can do is control yourself. Also, focus on the things that you can control today, and not the things that you can't. Have a great day. Be blessed. I'll be back soon. Know that I am getting better, and I will continue to get better, and I'll continue to put out more content. So if you do like this content, we're trying to grow our Chit Chat family. Please hit the subscribe button. That would be appreciated. Thank you. Bye.